Yo, what up guys, it's 5D here with a champion guide for Samson the Masher, a legendary champion, Skinwalkers legendary champion, which you will find right here in the game, and it's sort of new to Raid Shadow Legends. In this video, I want to take a look at his skills, where you can use them in battles, and of course, do some test runs for you guys and show you my total stats on how I built him. Alright, Samson the Masher, that's his design. A unique design in Raid Shadow Legends. No champion in Raid currently looks like this in terms of the Skinwalkers faction. Yes, he's a gorilla of some sort, King Kong as they like to call him. Yeah, awesome character design right here. This first of his kind, I think so. All right, the main thing this champion is going to be known for is a HP based nuker, because all his skills is based off HP. So that's one thing you should note right here. Build a ton of HP on this champion. That's the first thing. So if you take a look at the A1, he hits two times, one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing stun. A1 stun is a useful debuff that is always useful. You want to see it in most champions in raid. It's better than them just hitting 2 times and doing nothing, right? That stun can be booked up to a 45% chance of stunning, which is an awesome chance of stunning. It will happen most of the time when he has enough accuracy to make it happen. For the A2, that's an AoE skill which will attack everybody. This skill does not just hit everybody, it will first of all remove any increased defense that the enemy has put on themselves. Now that's a very specific buff on the enemy. It doesn't remove all the buff from the enemy. It's not like a buff stripper, it just removes only increased defense. That's something to note right here. To make this happen, this champion will need accuracy enough to, you know, remove the increased defense. If the enemy doesn't have increased defense, what happens? He's just gonna hit them, no problem. This places an extra hit if this skill kills an enemy, so it's not like it's really like a double hit. Double hit HP based nuke is hard hitting. It's not just single hit and then, so if it's gonna be like a double hit, like the Thunder, like the what's his name now, Magna, you know, those champions that hit twice and all that stuff. So it's going to hit hard on this kill. If he kills one enemy, then he hits again. So place an extra hit if this attacks. It's not like an extra turn, it's the extra hit, so you wouldn't see him pausing and then doing it again. It's just going to happen immediately. All right, that's the 2 skills that you use the most on this champion, this A1 and his A2. Now what about this A3? It places increase accuracy buff on all allies for 3 turns. This is a very specific buff that you might use in content like the Hydra. So this champion is not just going to be a AoE nuker for only PvP content. They're having some kit right here that says this is kind of useful in general PvE content where you normally do not have enough accuracy. This champion can come in right here and help you a little bit and add more accuracy to your teams, so you can, you know, place your debuffs better. All right, this also places a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 3 turns, then grants an extra turn. So most of the time you see this champion starting the battle with this skill first. If he doesn't, like I just tested him out in some content and he went in with his AoE, usually want him placing this increased crit damage buff on himself for 3 turns before he goes in for that AoE A2 skill right here. So that's kind of important. Even if, so this kind of boosts his accuracy a little bit if you don't have enough accuracy on him, so you can maybe remove the increased defense. But we normally don't come across enemies who have increased defense on themselves. That's just the truth. Not even the Hydra, not even in PvP. So I'm thinking, which enemy puts increased defense on themselves where this A2 will be removing increased defense? It's a very strange and specific buff that should be removed. Maybe he just wants to hit them harder, I guess. All right, for this passive, this champion will take 20% less damage from critical hits. Just out there, that's his passive. It will happen every time. So if he's gonna be hit so hard, critical hit, 20% less damage will just be reduced. He also counter attacks the enemy when he's hit with critical hit. That means that A1 will most likely stun those stun targets, those enemy nukers who are trying to take him down. So that's a very useful passive. But that's not all. Even if the enemy does not crit, if they do a strong, normal or weak hit, it will be a 50% chance to counter attack them. So the counter attack is almost certain that it will happen whether they crit or they don't crit. Almost certain. This champion does have a weird aura. You see him damage based on HP, then he has an aura of defense in all battles by 30%. I'm like, all right, so I guess we'll have to put somebody else in the leader slot if you want to boost that his HP a little bit, if you want him to hit harder. But this will more likely be a PVE type of aura than a PVP aura. All right, it's time for me to show you the way I build this champion. And just like you see, it can be a tank, it can be somebody in the shield set. There are many different ways to build him, but I decided to go the route of a arena nuker, because these days the arena battle is most likely going to take longer, especially in live arena. So I'm trying to not build only attack based nukers like this one or this one. I'm trying to start building defensive or HP based nukers like Soles and Samson the Masher, or even this other new champion I just got recently. So that's what I built him in lethal set. Of course, I'll always give you early game recommendations if you're just coming into raid and you want to build this champion. Since he's an HP based nuker, the best set you want to give for him, any set that gives him high HP. And Immortal seems to be the #1 that most players want to put on a HP based nuker when they don't have those high damage dealing sets like Savage and Lethal. So if you're new to raid, if you started getting some of the clan boss loot and you have some good Immortal sets, this will boost his HP high, just like you build on somebody like a miscreated monster, right? High HP, high crit rate, and maybe as much crit damage as you can put in. Even in that early game, if you can't find a crit damage glove, you can put in a crit glove. All you need is HP. It has to be everywhere. They have higher HP over 50%, please. Over 50% HP right here. So if you look at my total stats, I'm sitting at a cool 75k HP right here on this champion. I mean, over 50k HP. That's fine. I've seen some people building with even 100k HP. If I try to push this champion to 100k HP, my speed will suffer to 180, 170, while my crit damage will suffer to 140, 130. So I sacrifice about 25k HP for more crit damage and a little bit more speed, so I don't be so slow. Also added 200 accuracy right there, which is obviously not enough to debuff anybody, but we are not trying to build him as a debuffer. That A1 will most likely land on some champions in the enemy team, but not on all champions, who definitely has higher resist. All right, so that's my total stat right here. I built him as a damage dealing nuker. This build can also be used for content like the Hydra. Yes, as a HP based nuker in the Hydra, this might be something I can use, because this lethal does ignore 25% of the enemy defense while giving me an extra 10% crit rate right here on this lethal set. Why am I using lethal these days inside a Savage? Is because I'm beginning to farm that Dark Fae a lot in her rotation. That's why I'm having a lot of champions these days in lethal instead of Savage, because the Fire Knight Savage is still hard to obtain. So that's my early game recommendations right here. Immortal sets give you high HP, and of course shield set on any HP based champion will always be viable. I prefer to put my shield sets on somebody like a Vogot than somebody like a Samson. So it's always a viable option. High HP shield sets right here to help protect your team. People might even prefer booster sets, something like that, on somebody else who is coming in with shields, so it doesn't get removed. So I built him this way, and I think that's the best way to build him with damage. I did put in these two sets right here to give me a little bit of more HPs. You see me crit damage right here, crit damage right here. Those are my two sources of crit damage. Do I have accuracy right here? I even don't have accuracy on my banner. That's why he's chilling at 200 accuracy. If I had accuracy right here, I'll probably be higher. But do I have accuracy chest? I think so. No, HP chest. Awesome. So where is my accuracy coming from? Substats. Accuracy right here, accuracy right here, accuracy right here. So my accuracy is coming from substats. It's not required. HP on this one, no, that's defense, while this one is HP. I did go towards this one because it has triple roll of HP right here and some defense, so it doesn't go down so fast. All right, for masteries, I went towards the recommended one on Elhade's website that you normally do on a damage dealing nuker, right? So normally if you for PVE content, you most likely go down like this, but this is for PVP build, so I went towards this one that you ignore a percentage of the enemy's defense a little bit more, and of course this one that lets him counter attack, so that A1 will be more useful and stunning most likely. I don't need accuracy, that's why I didn't go towards the accuracy 3, but it's a viable way strategy for you to go. It might not increase your chances of placing that stun. It will not increase your chances of placing that stun, so take note of that. But this one extend, no, definitely you only have benefits from the accuracy 3 right here on the support section. All right, for blessings, soul reap, as you normally do in any damage dealer soul reap that you're building for PvP. But if you're going to use this champion in content like the Hydra, you're building for that content, HP based nuka right here, for right there, you most likely go for your trusty Brimstone. I've even seen some people put him in Polymorph because that's a go second team that gets hit first, he survives, then he retaliates. So Polymorph might be an option, but I preferred him being built at the full damage dealer with soul reap to help me take down the enemies if they have some HP left. All right, it's time for us to test out Samson the Masher in some content. The first one, let's do a damage test. First of all, let's head over to the Doom Tower, the first floor right here, and do a damage test. I put together, no, the team has been erased, but Samson is the MVP right here. Now, like you already know, when you have a champion like this whose damage is based on HP, you normally, or usually, if you can, want to put a champion that will boost his HP a little bit like this. This champion will give him a 33% HP in all battles. So this is already boosting it. Is already 75 HP, even higher than than 75% where it currently is. So if you do not have a champion like this, you can always use 25% HP boost like this champion right here. It all depends on your team compositions. Even this champion has a speed aura 25%. I'm gonna use the highest one that I have on my account right here, which is a 30% HP in all battles. I'll add decrease defense and weaken, which is the best way to test your damage, but I'll not bring in any other passive damage boosting champions. Where is my Lydia? There she is. So let's just do this and test the damage of this champion. You cannot boost HP damage in any other way than this. Maybe I can boost the crit damage, but he will do his crit damage boosting by himself. With this A3 skill right here, boosts, crit damage increase. Now let's see the damage he's gonna do. And 60k, 59k, 80k was the highest number I saw right here, and I'll take it. So this is gonna be helping you. Now tell me which champion in the arena can survive a 80k, 50k hit. They're most likely tanks. So all those, their arbiters and damage dealers will not survive, but those champions in stone skin and all that will probably survive 80k hits. Now there are champions or nukas who do twice the amount of damage. I know that. So Samson is not going to be your number one nuka, but the fun fact is he actually survives. He actually survives the first hit of the enemy. We don't want bringing in champions who the enemy just sneezes as they fall to the ground. Let's see the A1 damage right here. 38k, 32k. That's huge. A1 actually takes down somebody who is in full HP. I'll take it. Samson is not a problem right here in raid. It's not. Now for the main content where I built in for right here, let's head over to the arena and actually see him in that type of content. Let's do some battles. I'll test him out in this content where I know they will go first. I've already put together a team. There are two ways I put together a team like this. This is a go first team, which I know I'm going to go first, neutralize their threats, and then nuke them down. Or a go second team. Let's try this go second team first of all. Hopefully we don't get nuked. So you see everybody right there coming in, protecting Samson till he finally gets a turn. See, he's protected. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm just waiting for my turn. See, he's already counter-attacking with that A1 because they hit him. He's going to counter-attack again. Damn. Damn, I love that. All right, it's time for us to boost ourselves up with increased crit damage and take our extra turn. I love that. You love to see it. So Samson is not my favorite nuka right now in raid, but for go second teams, I think I will use this champion the most. Currently, I use Gala Long Braid. Gala is the champion that was in that slot, but he is actually good with his counter attacks on that A1. It's actually a good thing. He's either stunning or he's gonna kill them off. Come on, end this battle. Let's test the second team, which is a go first team. All right, let's go with a go first team and see how that battle goes. We'll also test that first team with a Kaima and see how we do against them. All right, hopefully we'll go first. Yep, we do. Neutralize their threats. And now Samson, it's time for you to go in. Increase crit damage and boom. Damn. So what I think the most viable way to go with this champion is a go second team. Let me go against this team that is obviously going to go first and probably nuke me, but I'll go against them with my go second team right here. They'll lock out some of my skills, but once Samson gets a turn, I'm hoping the battle will be over. Lock out? No, they didn't even lock me out. Ooh, decrease defense. No damage. I'm also bringing in Asoga the Warcaller, who is sucking a lot of damage off him. And let's counter attack. Who are we gonna kill first? Let's allow that Thunder for now. Stunned. If you're not dead, you're stunned. Protect. Boosts. So decrease attack and decrease defense on this champion does nothing because his damage is based on HP. He's still gonna hit as hard as he normally would. Now if decrease attack was on my what's her name now, Gala, she'll hit a little less harder, or on my other champions. Let's go. 5965k. I'll take it. This is a damage dealer for arena most of the time, and if you want to bring him into other content, he can also survive and do as much damage as you can. I think I've done enough testing right here. He's a champion that I will begin to consider for content like the 1v1, I mean the live arena. I will really consider him because people come in there with squishy champions that die easily. They really die easily. So imagine a Duchess protecting him with a passive. He will take less damage, and go second teams is the best way to go right now in Raid Shadow Legends, especially if you can now go first. So no stone skin, of course. I'll see some people building Samson in stone skin. I prefer stone skin in other champions. That's this champion guide for Samson the Masher that I wanted to showcase for you guys. Hopefully it's interesting enough and I did justice to this champion and showcased his ability in my team at least. I look forward to you telling me in the comments how you build this champion, in which best sets are you using on him besides this one I am recommending or I am testing out, because this is the first time I'm actually using this champion. I hope to improve this build to maybe get to 300 crit damage one day and 100k HP. That will even help him hit harder, but for now this is a perfect end game build for Samson, and yeah, an amazing champion that is added to the game. Does it replace my Magna? I think so. I prefer to use him now than to use Magna. I don't know their multipliers for both of the champions who hit harder in terms of HP based nukers, but I'm guessing Samson will be having more usage generally in raid than champion like Magna, who was very, very popular as HP based nuker. All right, I'll end it here. You guys let me know your comments below about this champion and any other champion you want me to take a look at or do a guide on. I'll be always willing to do that for you guys. Hit like and subscribe for more daily Raid Shadow Legends content. Later, guys.